passport back?
This morning, Joshua Riibe appears to still be stranded in the Dominican Republic after a judge on Monday granted a partial legal victory to the American at the center of a high-profile missing person case. The 22-year-old from Iowa has been under intense scrutiny for days because he may have been the last person seen with Sudiksha Konanki, the University of Pittsburgh student who vanished in Punta Cana on March 6th. Riibe's lawyers say as the search for Konanki intensified, his passport was confiscated, with police escorting him anywhere he goes. The college senior saying in court, "I really just want to be able to go home." The more than 2-hour hearing repeatedly devolving into a shouting match between Riibe's lawyers and prosecutors, who argued Riibe has never been detained. They say he's a witness, not a suspect, but they still oppose his push for freedom.
The idea that the most important witness in a case that could potentially become a criminal case is about to leave their jurisdiction forever likely has them worried.
The prosecution also says it does not have Riibe's passport. We pushed for answers in their first on-camera interview about that.
Excuse me, sir, which branch of the government has Joshua Riibe's passport, if you don't?
I don't know the passport.
So you don't know anything about the passport?
I don't speak Spanish, English. Sorry.
You're speaking English right now. So you don't know anything about the passport.
The judge later siding with Riibe, saying he has the right to move freely without a police escort, but adding the passport issue belongs in another venue.
Very bright student.
Earlier, Sudiksha Konanki's emotional parents spoke on camera for the first time since police say the family wrote them a letter asking for a legal declaration of her death. NBC station in Washington, D.C. was there.
We are coming to the terms with the fact that our daughter has died. This is incredibly difficult for us to process.
Riibe previously told police that he had pulled Konanki into shallower water while the two were in the ocean. Yesterday in court, he said Konanki's mother told him, "Thank you very much for helping save my daughter the first time." Riibe later refusing to answer reporters' questions as he left the court.
I mean, so Jesse, there are still so many questions at this point, and I know there's this confusion that you highlighted over the passport. At this point, do we know if Riibe's planning to return to the States?
Well, Craig, at this point, it's unclear if he even can. As you mentioned, it's not clear that he has his passport. It appears he does not. And according to CNN, his lawyer says they're going to try to get him a new one from the U.S. Embassy. And by the way, we've reached out repeatedly to the State Department, and so far they have not commented on Riibe's case. But there's another curveball. The judge scheduled another hearing for March 28th, and it's not clear if Riibe has to be there in person. So we don't know if Dominican authorities would let him leave the country, even if he has a passport in his hand.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.